Oh my gosh, I sound awful. My hair might look crazy. So, hey guys. Okay, well, I have some good news and I have some bad news for you today. I am currently home. I just got, wow, that sounded awkward. I currently am home, as you can see. I just got home from my visit to Maryland and Washington, D.C. I stayed in Washington, D.C., but I went to the National Institute of Health in Maryland, which is like 20 minutes away from Washington, D.C. And I don't know if I should even preface this video with any kind of explanation as to like what's been going on, because if you guys don't know by now, like you should, because I've said it so many times. But if you need any explanation as to what is happening, what's been going on the past 6 months, if you've fallen off the STEPANKA bandwagon, I'm gonna link a bunch of videos down below and go watch those first before you watch this video. So, because I don't want to keep on repeating myself and keep saying the same shit over and over again. Okay, so as you guys know, I had my 6-month follow-up visit with my team of doctors at the National Institute of Health because I'm part of a research trial involving a new drug in the form of therapy for aplastic anemia, which is the disease that I have. I do not have a bone marrow match. I think I've mentioned that before, but if I haven't, now you know. I do not have a perfect match for a bone marrow donor, and that is obviously very sad, but it also motivates me to get the word out there, let you guys know about the bone marrow registry, about the Be the Match Foundation, and I am a spokesperson for them, and I will leave information for the Be the Match Foundation down below if you guys want. You can order a swab kit to be sent to you, and all you do is swab your cheek, send it back in, and you'll be added to the bone marrow registry, and you can help save a life. For every 430 people we sign up, one person will be a life-saving match for somebody, and that person might be me. So, you know, who knows? Don't do it just for me, do it for the greater good of mankind. But if you want to do it for me, that's cute. So I unfortunately cannot get a bone marrow transplant because I don't have a perfect match. So I have chosen to undergo ATG immunosuppressive therapy, and I am part of this research trial. For the past 6 months, my blood levels have been pretty bad. My red blood cells, my white blood cells, my platelets. So basically my ability to clot, my ability to pump oxygen to all of my major organs, and my ability to fight off infections because I have a very suppressed immune system, which explains why I'm sick right now. So this 6-month appointment was very, very important to me because this is a very big milestone in my treatment, and at the 6-month mark, they really can see if the treatment is working or not and what direction everything is going in. Initially, I was supposed to go with somebody that I was dating, and then that person and I didn't end up working out. So I thought to myself, who has been there other than my mom the entire time? Who knows this disease? Who knows what I've been through, and who has been the most supportive for me? And the first person that came to my mind was my best friend, Brad. Brad was there for me when I got diagnosed, and he was there through a lot of my treatment. He came to Maryland to visit me while I was there for a month getting treated. So he gets it, he understands, and he's a really supportive and amazing person in my life. And I could not be any happier that he was the one that ended up going with me, because the trip ended up being so perfect. The entire way down to Washington, D.C., we were just like jamming out to all kinds of music. We went to some really amazing restaurants for some incredible meals. We stayed at a really, really awesome hotel, and I'll include clips of our time in Washington, D.C.
About to get a bone marrow biopsy done. So exciting. This is what they will be putting inside my bone, and that's all I know. And then I guess this is for the aspiration part where they remove some of the marrow. Cool. So I just had my bone marrow biopsy, and obviously I cried because it was horrible. But it was quick. Now I need to fix my makeup. Always gotta show the hospital room because there's gonna be some assholes who are gonna be like, she's making it up.
We just had a really, really great time, and we really bonded as friends. And it was really funny because everybody at the hotel thought we were a married couple, and they were like, Mr. and Mrs. Maddow, and we were just cracking up because it looked so weird because, you know, Brad and I, we don't look like we're friends, but we really are, and it's just really hard for people to like understand that. And I'm sure it does look a little weird, but whatever, we're just friends. You guys could choose to believe what you want to believe. And he was there for me for the entire day at the hospital. Brad needs to reconsider a job in like therapy or being a doctor or something, because he is just one of the most calming and sweet and kind and understanding people I've ever met. And he just made the entire experience so much less scary. He was so supportive and great. And Brad, if you're watching this, thank you so much. And if Brad is watching this, thank you so much for just making this trip as fun as it could possibly be. I love you so much, dude. You're my best friend. I'm gonna cry. 3 months ago, I went in for my 3-month follow-up, and they said that I was on the verge of a partial response to treatment. And this time around, they told me that I had actually had a partial response to treatment. And that is both great and not so great. People who undergo immunosuppressive therapy are grouped into 3 groups: partial responders, full responders, and not responders. And of course, I'm happy that I did respond to treatment and that my numbers didn't continue to go down and I didn't continue to get worse. But of course, it is a little bit disheartening that my blood levels are still not normal. But I have had a partial response, I am stable, and although my numbers are very low, I am able to live. And that is great news. And I asked my doctors if it's possible that I may never fully respond to treatment and that I will always have to live with low numbers, and my doctor said that that is a possibility. But we will find out in another 6 months if I continue to have a full response. And if not, then I will have to live a little bit of a different life. I'll have to be more careful. I will probably be sick a lot more often. I'll probably never get to pursue a boxing or skydiving or cage fighting career. And I may never be able to travel to underdeveloped countries with not good healthcare or a deadly disease outbreak. So, which is fine because I never really planned on doing that anyways. Another thing that I noticed over the past couple of weeks is a certain number on my CBC was showing up as very elevated. And that number is called an LDH number. And basically the indicator is that if that number is high, cells are being destroyed in your body. And if you guys have paid attention in my previous videos, I also suffer from another rare blood disorder called PNH, which stands for paroxysmal nocturnal paroxysmal nocturnal hemoglobinuria. I'm sorry if I didn't say that right. And basically what that is, I have a colony of mutated red blood cells that spontaneously burst and cause deep vein thrombosis. When I was first diagnosed, the size of my PNH clone was very, very small. And what my doctor discovered during this follow-up appointment was that that PNH clone had grown, and that is why my LDH number was so high. And this might be a lot of words and terms for you guys. I'm sorry, it's like so confusing. But yeah, so that is some bad news. That is something that I may have to deal with in the near future. I may have to go get treatment for this other rare blood disorder that I have. It sometimes feels like I have so many freaking problems, and it's very, very frustrating to have all of these health issues and all of these doubts and all of these fears on the horizon. But I just need to live for every single day. And I got some more great news, which I'm gonna share with you guys right now. So I am able to travel now, which is very, very exciting because for the past 6 months, I have been very confined to the East Coast, which has been very, very hard for me because, you know, I love to travel. I have family in Czech Republic. So I will be going to Czech Republic in April if everything goes as planned. So as you know, ever since I moved back to Connecticut, I've been longing to go back to New York City. I miss New York City so much. I've never been in love, but I think that the closest I've ever come to being in love is just being in New York City. The city inspires me and makes me so happy. And I got the go-ahead from my doctor to move back to New York City because at this point my immune system can handle it and I am capable of taking care of myself. And so I have this apartment here in Connecticut that I really, really love. I have a ton of space here. I love being surrounded by nature. I love the amenities that I have here, and let's just face it, it's a really awesome apartment. So I am going to keep this apartment and I'm going to get a very small studio apartment in New York City that I'm going to stay in 3 days out out of the week, and then the other 4 days I'm gonna stay here in Connecticut. I'm gonna work out, get all my stuff done. But then when I'm like sick of Connecticut, I can go to New York City, and when I'm not using it, I'm actually planning on Airbnb-ing it, so it kind of just like pays for itself. So I'm very, very excited for that. I will be looking for apartments at the end of this month, so I most likely will be moving part-time to New York City at the beginning of March. And oh, I forgot to tell you guys one other thing. So although I am a partial responder, I still have technically responded to treatment, and my doctor finally used that special R word. I'm in remission. Your girl is in remission. Woo! Yeah, I'm so happy. Like when he said you're in remission, I was like, oh, what? Really? No freaking way. Oh my gosh, guys, you have no idea. Like, I'm so happy. I'm so happy. It has been an emotional roller coaster the past couple of weeks, and finally everything is just good. Things are looking good. Life is looking good. I'm just so fucking happy right now, and thank you so much, all of you, for being there for me. I feel like I'm accepting a speech at the Academy Awards right now. I want to thank my supporters, my Patreon family, my YouTube family, my mom for putting her life on hold to help me during my treatment, for all of my friends for lifting me up and making me feel like I'm normal and making sure that I'm happy and okay. And I want to give a huge thanks to my dog Frank, who isn't really going to watch this, but I just like want to put that out there, that I thank him for just being so fucking adorable. So yeah, that's gonna be it for today's update. I hope you guys enjoyed it and you're happy for me. You better be, otherwise get off my channel, okay? And yeah, thanks guys so much, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.